You got this coming! If nobody else is gonna step up, why not? Ready for that? What's it gonna take to get a little action around here? Oh! Yeah? What do you want?
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day. Imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel, he has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Way ahead of you, boss. Yeah? What do you want? Huh? What you got for me this time? Yeah, I'll get right on that. Way ahead of you, boss.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse. My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Way ahead of you, boss. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Top of my to-do list.
Hello there.
Top of my to-do list. Way ahead of you, boss.
What do you need?
By Moradin's hammer!
Way ahead of you, boss. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
By Moradin's hammer! Our rules are very strict.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
These walls contain the world's knowledge. Wisdom is only possessed by the learned.
Top of my
Our
to-do
rules
list.
are very strict. Hello, child. Shall we continue your lessons? I have a blade with your name on it.
Way ahead of you, boss. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Way ahead of you, boss.
I should have joined the army. I should have joined the army. I should have joined the army.
Way ahead of you, boss.
I should have joined the army.
Yeah? Huh? Yeah? Huh? What? Yeah? Huh? Way ahead of you, boss.
What do you need?
Hello there.
Way ahead of you, boss.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
What you got for me this time? Huh? Way ahead of you, boss.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Top of my to-do list.
In the year of the turrets, a great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts. So saith the wise Orlando.
The great lizards of the north shall descend with fire and fury. So saith the great Orlando. When shadows descend upon the lands,
In the year
our
of the
divine
turrets,
lords
a
will
great
walk
host will
alongside
come
us
from the
as
east like a
equals.
plague of locusts.
So saith
the wise
the great
Orlando.
Orlando.
The Lord of murder shall
When
perish,
conflict sweeps
but in his
across
doom
the
he shall
day,
spawn a score of mortal
great
progeny.
lizards of the north
Chaos will be
shall
sown from
descend
their
with fire and
passage.
In the
fury.
year of the turrets,
So saith the wise Orlando.
like a plague of locusts. So saith the wise Orlando.
The Lord of murder shall
Greetings, young one.
doom shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage. So saith the wise Orlando.
Top of my to-do list.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
When shadows descend upon the lands, our divine lords will walk alongside us as
Hey, it's me, Emmoen.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's have it done. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I'll explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Get out of here!
especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Hey, it's me, Emoen.
What you got for me this time?